the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here at Talladega as OP Racing Premier Series brings you the opening race. In the round of 8, the battle for the championship is now down to 8 drivers. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. I will be your host. My name is KR Stolfus, and I will be sharing the booth and the popcorn with my good buddy, Al Smith. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing well, KR. How are you tonight as we open up the round of 8? Hard to believe that only 2 weeks and then we're into our championship. But tonight, clean slate for 8 drivers vying for that final 4 positions.
Yeah, Tyler Miller, one of our first championship contenders to roll out for qualifying. He's going to make his way through turns 3 and 4. Head down to the start-finish line. Hunter Reynolds in the 26th. Following suit right there as well. So the championship contenders all really came out of the gate quickly to get in their qualifying time.
They did, and they're really putting up there. Rick Siebrands going to jump up to the point right now over Miller and JD Crow. Your top 3 right now as they work around the racetrack, and a lot of activity up onto the racetrack for qualifying, and I would say a little bit more than what we're normal of seeing here out of the 30 drivers that have signed in to do battle here tonight.
Yeah, everyone really wanted to get in quickly on this qualifying session. Rick Siebrands, Hunter Reynolds, Tyler Miller, your top 3, all 3 championship contenders. Zach Fritsch just a little bit on the outside looking in for a top 5. And now Sebastian Marin up into the top 5, sitting in 3rd. So again, another championship contender in the top 10. David Overstreet in the 99, sitting in 14th spot. Logan Helton in the 63, out on the speedway, making his way around the track. Logan still looking for his first championship of his OP racing career on Monday night. This could be his year, Al. He has been very stout, 4 wins already, and quite possibly could make it 5 here tonight.
Yeah, and we were talking before we came live here tonight that if you don't have him circled and making it into the championship 4, we need to have your head examined, right? He's, like you just said, one of the winningest drivers this season, always seems to be up towards the top 5 night in and week out here on the OP Premier Series on Monday night. So I think Logan Helton, I think that's one of the drivers that the rest of the other 7 are going to try to maybe work against KR other than his teammates. But, you know, they all have their eyes on him to see what he's going to do. I think he's got to be the odds-on favorite headed in here to the round of 8.
Jim Mayer out on the speedway in the 95. He's working his way through turns 3 and 4. 1 timed lap is all the drivers get, but they have 10 minutes to get it done. And like we said, Al, everyone came flying out of the gate to get into their lap times. So quite interesting to have 5 minutes to go and already half the field has taken a qualifying time.
It is there, and looks like one of our championship hopefuls, the 40 of Peter deBorja, not getting a lap in that number 40 automobile. Now he'll jump up to the 11th position Looks like they'll be the last cars on track right now. So we've got 4 drivers still waiting to take time, KR. But top 4 so far in qualification. Look at the times. They are separated by 1/1000th of a second. Almost a tie for the top 3.
Zach Workman in the 19, making his way out onto the speedway as he starts to roll out. Dave Hunt in the 53, also working around the apron of the racetrack. Do want to give a shout out to everyone joining in on YouTube chat. Thank you very much, guys, for coming in and saying hello. We got Nacho Donkey, Seth Groover, Miss Michelle's here, and Kevin. How you doing? Thank you very much, guys. Gonna be a good one here at Talladega. It is the first race in the round of 8. Only our championship 8 have really got a lot to lose here, and everyone else just going for a win.
Yeah, you know, you talk about tonight, you got Talladega, and when you go back to the bumpy road Daytona track next week, December 5th. Hopefully it's not a bumpy night for the PC. That was when well, we hit the bumpy road over on my side of the side of the booth here, but hopefully pretty good there. And then we're gonna end it up on the pool table smooth Daytona here December 12th. That'll be a wrap to season number 9. Hard to believe, KR. I know I missed a good chunk of it with some personal stuff that we had go on, but glad to be back in the booth with you here to wrap up the season.
Yeah, we've got just 3 races left in this season. Hard to believe it is going to be the end of season number 9, but season 10 just around the corner. So not a whole lot of downtime, but you'll have to step away, and that's okay. We'll allow it as you go and do your own league stuff.
Yeah, it's a busy season for me, and then work with the taxes and stuff. So it's not a bad time. I'm going to take a little bit of a leave of absence, but hoping maybe to get back to it in the month of March if you'll have me. So
absolutely. So with 2.5 minutes left in qualifying, Kody Neagles in the 06 makes his way out onto the speedway. Let's see what kind of qualifying time he can put down, as he has got his Toyota Supra wound up. Starts to drop down to the inside, and we'll see what kind of time lap he can get.
as we know, qualifying not super important here at Talladega, but you always want to start up with the rest of your competitors. So we will see what happens. 2 drivers left up onto the racetrack, Kody Neagles and Anthony English up here onto the racetrack as we watch the 06 make his way down to the turn number 3, right down to that yellow line, KR. That's right where you want to be.
Yeah, he's getting all he can out of it right now, but with 1.5 minutes left to go, he is working his way off of turn number 4. See if he can lay down a pole run, or at least make it into the top 5. Across the line goes the 06. And Kody Neagles into 9th place. So with that being said, guys, we're going to step away for the national anthem. We'll be back with tonight's 26 car starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as there is a 29 car field set to roll out on the grid. 26 cars took a qualifying time, so let's get right into this starting lineup, Al, and see how they did on row number 1 for our Dega 250 at Talladega, presented by Butt Kicker. On pole position with a 54.108. That is the 4 of Rick Siebrands. To his outside, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds from Fuel Sim Racing. Sebastian Marin and Tyler Miller will make up row number 2. And now we have our first non-championship contender. That is Jim Mayer in the 95 and the 2 of JD Crow for row number 3. Row 4 will be Vicente Guerrero in the 14 and Zach Fritsch in the 12. Row number 5, Kody Neagles in the 06 and Les Levy in the 62.
Row number 6 going to see the 88 Gabe Butler, and to his outside it'll be the number 40. That is Peter deBorja. Zach Workman and Logan Helton will make up row number 7. Row 8 going to go to Richard Sanchez out of Texas, and outside of him the number 44, the Flat Out Motorsports entry. That is wrong, right? KR, the 44 of Anthony English. Jimmy Reynolds will roll off 17th in car number 17, and outside of him in spot number 18, the number 21, this is Daniel Holloway. 19th starter will be Sean McCarra and Rob Connors rounding out row number 10.
Travis Elliott in the 51, the 32 of BK Anderson for row number 11, the 53 of Dave Hunt, and the 071 of Eric Laurie for row number 12. Row 13 will be Nate Warren in the 9 and David Overstreet in the 99. Row 14, Sean Stevens and Mark Mann, and finally Jeremy Funk in the 97, starting tail end of tonight's field. So there you have it, 29 car starting lineup. And Al, let's take a moment and take a look at our race info here tonight, as it is all sorts of funky for some reason. That's cool. Didn't do that in warm-ups. 2 races in the round of 8. The points have reset for our championship 8 drivers. Tonight we are at Talladega. Next week we are at the bumpy Daytona. So both of these could be nail biters for these guys. Now you have to decide, are you going for the points or are you going to go for the win? Of course, our stages are at lap 25 and 50, and 1 fast repair will be available.
1 backup car available, trying to keep the costs down for these race teams. Hello, Mr. Fritz. Good evening to you, sir. There's the pace car. Yeah. You don't have to rag on him this week, KR.
Nah.
Nah. Pace car, though, is down and away. We're getting ready to go with the Dega 250. Race number 1 for the round of 8. Who's going to punch their ticket to the round of 4? Green flag is up, and we are underway.
Into turn number 1 they go side by side. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds with Tyler Miller on his back bumper. They're going to look to get a good bit of momentum down the back stretch. Rick Siebrands in the 4. The 23 is Sebastian Marin down on the inside, protecting that yellow line as they get up to speed. This big bad 2.66 mile super speedway. Al, they're going to have plenty of room, and already we're starting to see them go 3 wide.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of 2 wide, but don't be excited too much, Carrot, if you see him 3 wide. That is plenty wide here. Now, if they get 4, that's when you're going to get yourself into maybe a little bit of hot water. But leading lap number 1 is going to go to Sebastian Marin in that red and black number 23. He makes a hard left-hand turn to cut down in front of Rick Siebrands. Remember, Siebrands was your butt kicker pole time award winner here tonight. We'll see what that Yeti is made of as he works off of the turn number 2 and down the backstretch. They are still 2x2 cars jostling position. That 3rd lane on the outside, well, it's being led by the 06 of Kody Neagles.
Kody from Limitless trying to get into the round of 8. He said he's got a plan. He's going to do all he can to stick to it, so we'll see where this ends up. And the checkered flag falls for the 06. JD Crow in the 2, moving up to the high side. Really starting to get some cars up in that 3rd lane, and they'll build some momentum. Stage 1 ending at lap 25, so everyone getting that hustle on early here in this stage.
Yeah, tonight, one of the shorter of our races, same distance miles-wise. For Daytona, well, 6 extra laps are on there, 100 lappers. So here tonight, 25 and 50. This is kind of a sprint race here to kick off the round of 8 with KR. And these drivers know it, that they need to get to the front. Those coveted points in these first 2 stages, that can be the difference makers. We saw some drivers who could collect a lot of stage points. Well, they're racing still for that championship here tonight.
JD Crow and Nagel still working in that 3rd lane, but it has lost a few of the cars. They had as many as 5 at one point, now back up to 3 as Logan Helton makes a move to the outside. Miss Mara chiming in. How you doing, Miss Mara? Quick update for you. Mark Mann in the 04 did not take a qualifying time. Right now he finds himself right behind the 27. Sean Stevens, just a little bit further behind the race leaders than where he's accustomed to.
Yeah, right now doing, well, maybe a good strategy play with how this race is playing out in front of him. But don't worry, Carrie, he's less than 2 seconds behind the race leader, so still in touch with him. They all work off the corner. There were a moment there, they were 3. Now they're looking to maybe go 4 wide. They think better of it. Nagels will poke the nose back inside that number 2 of JD Crow. And that J Concepts Racing number 2. Working the outside lane. Hunter Reynolds now will swing down to the inside. It's now Miller in that 24. He's trying to get up there, but Zach Fritsch with a good push. And we know what kind of pusher Fritsch is. He almost had it last week. And tonight, be the night for the number 12, the park it in victory lane.
Boy, that'd make Alan real happy, wouldn't it?
It would. Would it make you real happy?
Oh, I don't care.
That's not the
I
answer
love
we were
all
going
of these
for.
drivers just like I love all my children.
That's right. Well, we got
At
it.
an
They put
arm's
on
distance, far, far away from me.
Hey, well, listen, you know, they put on a great show for not only us, but everybody else tuning in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you are watching these drivers come back. This is that they tell us that it motivates them to race even harder. I don't know how you could race any harder than they already race, but that's what they say.
Right? You always got to dig a little bit deeper, though, when it comes time to the playoffs, Al.
That is true. You got to go to that extra level, right?
Gotta get that extra level somewhere, somehow.
Oh, I never make it to the playoffs, so I don't know where that level is.
I haven't ever made it there
Someday, KR, someday.
either. Someday. I keep saying I got more victory lane appearances than anyone else, but they never give me any awards for them.
That is true.
Shoot, you've had more than Logan Helton has. You don't have a trophy yet either.
Nope. I'm not a winner, KR. I'm always the bridesmaid.
That's okay. Someone has to be.
Yep. I'm all right with it.
Reynolds in the 26, finding himself on the inside line. Rick Siebrands in the 4. The 23 is Sebastian Marin, and the 95 and Jim Mayer. First 4 cars down on the inside line. We're coming up and completing lap number 7. which means here in the next few laps, we'll probably start seeing some guys peel off for pit road. Not quite sure how far they're going to make it on fuel here at Talladega. I think it's somewhere around 15 laps.
I was going to say between 14 and 16 is what I have in my notes.
There we go.
Depends on where you are. I think that's the fuel window. I think maybe 15 is the sweet spot though, KR, to kind of get there, and then you only got 10 more laps to the end of the stage there to get your points here. But everybody doing a good job. It's 29 cars, all under 2 seconds of a gap from first to dead last. And they are all jostling for position, and Miller going to take the race lead, and oh boy, was that close. They cut right down in front of the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds had to breathe the gas just a little bit to not turn the 24. And just like that, Kara, you are correct. Here comes the field. They half of them coming down pit road.
Tyler Miller in the 24, Sebastian Marin in the 23, both locked the brakes up, trying to get it woed up. I believe they got it slowed down, but we'll find out as they come down to their pit stalls. JD Crow in the 2, Rick Siebrands in the 4, and Logan Helton in the 63. Alliance Motorsports starting to form up. First 3 cars out on the track, all Alliance Motorsports, and JD Crow in the 2 from Limitless. He's got his Vicente Guerrero teammate right there with him.
He does, and they all jostled right down to that inside position. So that's a cue to me. I think we're going to see these group of cars hit pit road off turn number 4, and just like that, well, everybody but Guerrero going to peel off here. A few other cars staying out, so just leaving
BK Anderson coming in hot
in that all black car, and he is very, very fast to his pit stall, blocking it up. That's gonna be a penalty, KR.
That one for sure is. Tyler Miller did get a penalty as well. Sebastian Marin was able to get it slowed down, but Tyler Miller did not. So our first championship contender in trouble. Tyler Miller speeding on pit road. Les Levy in the 62, finding himself as our race leader. And we have seen Checkered Flag, aka Wreckhouse, now make these decisions time and time again. And that maker's mark number 62 out in front, leading some laps with his teammate David Overstreet right there with him.
That they are, and he hit 27, Sean Stevens, giving them a push. So they still stay out. I think next time by we might see them, or do you think they're going to try to ride it out and see if we get a yellow flag? Not sure what the strategy call is right now, which is why we're on top of the pit boxes, KR. We're up here in the booth.
I think you just, at this point, you're just out there to log laps, and when you come back down pit road for the start of the second stage, maybe a little bit shorter pit stop.
Very true. So worth giving up those points, though. I mean, oh, hang on to a Zach Workman up the racetrack, and he slammed the outside wall hard with that Instacart number 19. He is dropping like a rock. Heavy right side damage on the 19 automobile, KR, and he had a moment down in 1 and 2, caught it, but he also caught the outside retaining wall.
Yeah, heavy damage on the 19. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to Workman. Oh, it looked like a huge chunk of net code maybe. That 19, the way it shot up the track like that, I don't know if there was contact there or not. Take one more look. Yeah, it looked like a good bit of space between the two drivers there. Tough break for Zach Workman, though.
Yeah, tough break. That car is wounded, but should be able to make it to that next stage, to the stage break, but lost touch with the draft. Mark Mann also down on pit road, making an unscheduled pit stop. He is going to be down 1 lap to the field. BK Anderson down 2, KR, so not the way that those three drivers wanted their nights to start here at Talladega. And we are just about halfway through stage number 1 here, lap 25. That green and white checker flag will wave. So a long time to go. And if you are Miller, you did not want anyone else to go down one lap. And right now, unfortunately, he would not be the free pass, as we got a new fast lap of the race that belongs to Eric Laurie with a 49.75 last time by.
Eric Laurie in this group, this pack that will assume the race lead, win the 62, brings it down pit road. The Les Levy in the 62 is your race leader. Rob Connors, Vicente Guerrero, David Overstreet. These guys all right here have not hit pit road just yet. John Stevens and Jeremy Funk, your top 6 cars. They're all riding around down on the bottom line. I believe we'll see them here in the next lap or two for sure. Now watch them make it all the way to the end of the stage by some miracle, because I just said when they'd come down pit road.
Well, I mean, we both said between 14 and 16. Right now they started lap 15, 14 are in the books. So we still have time to be right, KR. We still have time.
That could happen. Not likely.
Not holding my breath.
As we check in on the battle of the drivers who have pitted, they are 3 wide. Peter deBorja in the 40, the 63 of Logan Helton. Those two working together down on the yellow line. Rick Siebrands and the 23 of Sebastian Marin. Right there in the middle, Zach Fritsch and the 06 of Kody Neagles. On the outside, 3 cars working that outside lane. And now big move. Oh, Alliance Motorsports timed that one very well. The 63 and the 95 move up to the middle lane. They join the 4 of Rick Siebrands, and they got a full head of steam to get around the 40 of Peter deBorja.
That they do, and they are still 3 wide here working the outside, but the extra life number 40 getting a good push by Gabe Butler down to the inside. They're all wheel to wheel, door to door through the tri-oval. These cars get really light through the bumps in the tri-oval this time by. It looks like Levy's still going to be your race leader. We're watching this battle back here. They are still 3 wide, as they are still out on the racetrack, that front bench, but our eyes are peeled right here as this 3 wide, 5 rows deep. Which lane do you want to be in, KR? Do you want to be in that middle, the sucker hole, as I call it, or do you want to be on the outside or inside lane if you're out there driving?
And if I have a choice, I always want to be in the outside lane. Not as far from, you're a lot closer to the wall. So
Gotcha.
You don't have a whole lot of time to build momentum to smash into it.
You're saying something was to happen.
Yeah. A little bit more subtle.
I hear you. Maybe a little bit less damage.
Oh no, the car's still getting destroyed. Well, maybe less damage to my body.
Yeah. Well, we know you can't have another concussion. That'd be bad.
Oof, I've had enough. Yet I still play hockey. Here we go.
Hey,
on the pit road, Vicente Guerrero, Les Levy, David Overstreet, Rob Connors, they all come down pit road. John Stevens did not hit pit lane. He is stretching this as far as he can.
so the fuel window is anywhere between 14 and 17 laps, KR.
Oh my. Well, Stevens found an extra lap.
Laurie coming down pit road here, and as they come across the stripe, Stevens still is your race lead. Mark Mann down on the bottom as well. He's going to go down another lap, so
I think he'll just be down a lap to this pack now.
this pack, yes,
Yeah.
true.
Kevin Free saying in a YouTube chat that the hotter track temps will make the outside lane have to work harder. I'm not going to win the race anyways. might as well be close to that wall, so when I do finally mess up, I don't have far to go to get there.
Very true.
So the 40 of Peter deBorja down on the bottom. Logan Helton in the 63, 95 of Jim Mayer, the 4 of Rick Siebrands, Alliance Motorsports, all right there. deBorja in that 40. Part of Meteor Racing, his teammate, the 88 of Gabe Butler. Sebastian Marin in the 23. He's from Fuel Sim Racing. They got Hunter Reynolds in as well for this championship battle. But those two are separated top and bottom right now.
That they are, and well, they got the field in a sandwich, per se. Just 6 laps though to go here in stage number 1. Remember, the checkered flag will wave at the completion of lap 25, and they are still 3x3. And the car is starting to move. You're starting to see the side drafts trying to stall out the other lanes so they can climb forward. Really saw it at that time as Zach Fritsch got to the right rear quarter panel of the 4 of Siebrands, as they will pass by the 071 of Lori. So Lori going down one lap.
Lori making contact with BK Anderson as they passed by, but BK was able to hold on to it. Big moment there.
Big moment.
As the pack continues to race around 3 wide, we're working lap 21 of 25 in stage number 1. At 40 down on the bottom with a very good teammate, the 88 of Gabe Butler, very experienced teammate. And these guys have a very good shot at winning the stage, but they do have to deal with Alliance Motorsports having 3 cars lined up right there.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you kind of see them get kind of, I would say, sucked back a little bit on the inside lane, but they always have that power to get back to the front. In that inside lane, they got some stout race cars down there. Not discrediting anyone else that's out there, but that inside lane, very fast race cars. Everybody's still 3 wide. I'm just waiting for something bad to happen, KR. I know that's not the way to look at things, but these drivers are really starting to sidetrack. They know they got to get into a position and make it inside the top 10. It's kind of like that calm before the storm.
Yeah, for sure it is. As we look at the points coming into this race, they did get reset, so our championship 8 all on equal footing. And that's going to be huge because each stage point you get helps really pull you away from your competition. As we look at our stage winners, Sebastian Marin, Hunter Reynolds, they are top of the field, and they are also still in this championship contention. And the 23 starting to edge out ahead once again here in the closing laps of stage number 1. Another thing to keep in mind is who's on a hot streak. As Logan Helton and Sebastian Marin, they have been hot here in these last few races. Man, I'll tell you, they're going to get after it here tonight as Logan Helton now surges ahead a little bit, but Jim Mayer drops down to the inside. He wants to win the stage.
Yeah, and that 3rd lane being left out to dry. Zach Fritsch up on the outside. I believe that is the 71 of Sean McCarra that is only out. Now here comes Hunter Reynolds jumping up the outside. 1 car sideways and into the grass. That was the 40. 1 car on. That's the 32 of BK Anderson. He's spinning down to the inside. No yellow flag yet. We're just 2 laps to go. And exciting there. That really broke up that inside lane. All lanes really broke up after making some evasive moves not to get involved in anything bigger.
So we stay green, the 44 of Anthony English. Making a pit stop. I thought maybe he had spun down into the pit lane. But no, it looks like he just made a pit stop. Good time for me. He avoided all that.
He did avoid all that somehow. Come across the tri-oval and across the stripe here. You'll see the white flag next time by will be the end of stage number 1, unless yellow flag were to fly on this lap. Right now, Logan Helton down on the inside line. He's got the Hall of Famer of Jim Mayer right to the back pocket off of turn number 2. And you see Mayer working back and forth, trying to get some air to the front end of that car so it doesn't overheat. But Hunter Reynolds with a good push from Zach Fritsch down the backstretch. 3 wide into turn number 3. Here they come. Who's going to win? Stage number 1. Logan Helton out front as they come off turn number 4.
Logan, oh, contact in the back. Peter deBorja airborne. The 12 of Zach Fritsch goes spinning as well. Caution flag comes out, and I think Logan Helton was out in front when the yellow flag flew. Liberty Fires coming in just in time to see his Twitch streamer get suicided. Take a look at what happened to the 40 of Peter deBorja. Contact with the 12 and the 71. Zach Fritsch is just going to get his nose into the back bumper of the 40, and Peter deBorja just goes airborne and upside down. That is a tough break for the 40.
Yeah, tough hit. He had to take the toe, so he is going to lose at least a lap here, if not more. Zach Fritsch going around as well. Everyone else able to get on the binders, KR, but what a tough hit. The way the 40 hit the outside of turn number 4, it just hooked and it went right through the safer barrier and catapulted that car up into the air.
Good news is we are under yellow, so Peter maybe only going to lose a lap here, but looks like he's probably going to have to burn a fast repair as well. I don't know. I didn't see a whole lot of smoke, so it might be okay.
No, it's missing the trunk lid. The front clip is gone. It's definitely going to need to go to backup. This car will head to Dale Jr.'s graveyard, KR.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
all right, well, the
not
63
good.
of Logan Helton hit pit road. So he will be our stage 1 winner. Pretty good call there as the caution came out and he was out in front.
It was tight there between him and I thought maybe Siebrands might have had him, but it was tight.
All right, Al, let's get him pulled up and let you start talking to him just as soon as I find out where he's supposed to be. There he is. All right, here we go. All right, Al, take it away as we talk to our stage 1 winner.
Yeah, Logan Helton, this is Al Smith up in the turn 3 booth. You got a copy?
I have a copy.
And what an exciting start to round number 8. You're going to pick up the stage 1 win. But the racing out there, very intense. 3 lanes of racing, all very fast. How'd you get it done here in stage number 1?
Well, I got some great teammates at Alliance Motorsports. It's exactly how we want to start off this round of the playoffs. Whether it was me getting the win there or whether it was Rick, we both got a 1-2 for Alliance Motorsports for the playoffs there. And that was just great teamwork there. We were all communicating very well, telling each other which lanes to go in, who's hot, who's cold, and who can push and who can't, and just telling each other where we need to be. And there's just great stuff there with Alliance Motorsports and Rick, Jim, and Mark, and Daniel.
Well, it definitely was there. So we saw stage 1 had a minor accident at the end there. How is the racing out there from your point of view? You know, we've seen you have to come from, I'd say, a few rows back, but haven't really been back in the hornet's nest, but been up front mixing it up, changing the lanes around what seems to be suiting this Chevy Camaro for Alliance Motorsports for you.
Oh, I really like this middle lane, especially if I'm leading it. You get that run off the corner, and even if it's not enough, you're still going to get a second place coming to the line. The third lane has a long way to go around it, especially if you count the tri-oval in. And I just like the middle lane through the tri-oval just because there's a big bump on the bottom in the tri-oval, and it can get the cars on the inside a little bit loose. So I like the middle because you get that run off the tri-oval, and it's the shorter way around versus the top lane.
Well, we congratulate you on picking up yet another stage win this season, and a good way to start that hunt towards the championship 4 in 2 weeks' time. But who makes it all possible to get it done here in stage number 1, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
Just Nexus Esports for being on the card, Justin Rowden for making this amazing paint scheme. Thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast, all my family and friends for watching, and everyone at Alliance Motorsports.
We'll let you get back to it, get into race mode. Lights are out on the pace car. Good luck here in stage number 2, Logan.
Thank you guys very much.
There you have it here. That is Logan Helton, the winner of stage number 1 for Alliance Motorsports. And just a little bit behind the scenes there, talking about how him and his teammates are all working together to try to maximize to get as many of those cars into that championship 4.
Yeah, they're all working together, and you could see it when they all got lined up. They just need the help from the 04 Mark Mann, and these guys might be lights out. Good news is he's back on the lead lap. We might see Mark Mann up in the front of this thing, mixing it up before it's all said and done.
Yeah, and good news for your Peter deBorja fans and Tyler Miller. Still only down 1 lap. So they are not out of it yet. We can see a lot can happen here as lights are out on the pace cars. They work down the Talladega Super stretch. Were you down at the Boulevard this weekend, KR?
No, I did enough damage to my liver on my own.
Oh, you weren't down at the Boulevard doing that then, eh?
No, I don't need to be out in public.
Oh boy, these drivers say we're here all weekend long, partying it up, getting their laps in, ready to go, racing for you all here on a Monday night. Hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate it here in America. I know I had some Canadian friends, Karen, and they just told me, well, it's just a regular Thursday for us, so.
All right, well, the lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang. It is going to sail off for pit lane and get out of the way. Logan Helton, Sebastian Marin on the front row for the restart to kick off stage number 2. Here we go, Al. This one going to be a short one, it seems like. As the green flag comes out, this will end at the completion of lap 50. So away we go.
That they do. They're up into the high gear in the turn numbers 1 and 2. And they are already pushing on each other's bumpers. Logan Helton getting a good push by Kody Neagles there in spot number 2. Here goes the outside lane, though, working down the backstretch. Sebastian Marin, he's got his teammate Hunter Reynolds there, giving him a good push down the backstretch. Those two Fords lined up for Vicente Guerrero and that Budweiser number 14 Supra. That is a good-looking race car as they work through turns 3 and 4.
Here they come off of turn number 4 to lead the first lap of stage number 2. Logan Helton in the 63 picked up stage win number 1. That 63 is a man on a mission. He is looking to lay down some more laps that put that checkered flag in his hand, whether they're stage wins or victories. He wouldn't mind sweeping this whole 2-race series.
But I definitely dictate. Oh, hang on. Sebastian Marin takes a hard left-hand turn. Thought maybe he got hooked there, KR. Maybe a little bit of both. But he's going to block in the 63. That opens the upside lane for Hunter Reynolds. He falls back into the clutches of Guerrero. And it's amazing. You see the momentum change when someone decides to change lanes like that. And like it stalls out that lane that they leave just for a moment. Now Reynolds getting back up into the speed. He works to the outside of Neagles. They are into turn number 1 and 2. Jim Mayer up the racetrack a little bit. Almost makes contact. Everybody keeping it clean and green so far here as they work lap number 30. Just 20 laps to go here in stage number 2. And stage 2 always a little bit shorter, Karen. The racing seems to be a little bit more intense. Just like that, Logan Helton's going to jump to that middle lane where he said he prefers to be.
Yeah, Logan Helton was biding his time, waiting for that 26 to get the run before he made that move to the middle lane. So he was watching his side mirror there, timed it good, and now he's going to surge ahead here with Sebastian Marin on the 23 as the 06 of Neagles on that back bumper. So far, it has been a battle at the front of championship contenders. Jim Mayer and Vicente Guerrero right there in the mix in that third row. They each have teammates within helping distance if they can figure out how to get to their back bumper.
That they do, and I think they'll figure it out here. And a couple of drivers working outside of the speedway. How about the number 9? Haven't talked much of him tonight. Nathan Warren in that number 9 working the outside. He's got Miller, who's down a lap. He's trying to be the first car 1 lap down in case the yellow silk will fly. We hope it doesn't, you and I, but for those drivers trapped down 1 lap, maybe they are hoping for a little bit of help other than the stage ends. Right now, Miller leading the charge for the drivers trapped 1 lap down. Starting to make some hay up on that third lane as they work off turn number 2.
Yeah, the 24 tucked in tight behind the 9, the 51 right there. Travis Elliott, no stranger to running that third lane here at Talladega or anywhere else at a super speedways. Might see that third lane really start to surge ahead here in just a little bit. 63 of Logan Helton still down on the bottom. Tyler Miller still the first car 1 lap down, but Peter deBorja in the 40 needs to try and figure out how to get up there. Right now he's content to ride around at the back. He did have to use his 1 fast repair, so he's got a tough choice to make here.
He does. He's working that outside. Can he get down to that middle lane, or does he stay with the people that have helped him get up that far? He's got some distance over Peter deBorja and Eric Laurie, who he's battling for that lucky dog position, but right now up front it is Logan Helton, Sebastian Marin, Kody Neagles, Hunter Reynolds, and Jim Mayer. Here comes Overstreet. You see that move? Overstreet, man. He looked like he was forced down the inside line right in front of Mr. Les Levy. Some drivers out back, though, starting to peel off to come down the pit road. Looks like that would be deBorja, Butler, Workman, and Laurie all coming down pit road.
So there you have it. First round of pit stops are underway. Meteor Racing hitting that pit road, all as a team. I think that's a call you got to make here. You got Peter deBorja in trouble. So everything has to be about the team right now to try and get him back into contention. These guys got to have a good pit stop, get on cleanly, get off quickly. And maybe there might be some chaos as everyone, big group, hits pit lane.
Everybody locking it up. Logan Helton locked it up, but he's down to pit road speed. A little bit of damage, I believe, on the front of that 63. Not sure where that came from. We'll see if it affects him at all. He'll hit his pit stop, and looks like it'll be just gas only for the 63 crew. And Sebastian Marin is your race leader as they work down the backstretch, still at full song. So interesting to see what happens right now. Tyler Miller, he stayed out. KR, he has not come down the pit road, so it'll be interesting to see who's going to win that battle. Well, for the lucky dog, is we all know Peter deBorja and Eric Laurie came down. Now everybody else is going to peel off this time, so I say everybody does. A few cars stay out.
So Gabe Butler pushing Peter deBorja. They are going to blend in with Logan Helton and the rest of this crew down the back stretch. Kody Neagles in the 06, closing up on the back bumper of the 95. So good pit stop by the 63. on and off pit road cleanly with no penalties. Nate Warren in the 9. Right now is your race leader with Tyler Miller in the 24. Miller would love nothing more than to get around the 9 right here and see the yellow flag come out.
Yeah, he would get back on the lead lap the hard way. We will see if that will happen or not. So far, it's been clean and green. So far, only one yellow flag, and that was at the end of stage number 1 when Peter deBorja and Zach Fritsch made contact after Fritsch got turned off in turn number 4. Now it's coming to the checkered flag anyway, so one driver they're going to catch though here is Sean McCara in this pack here. Sean would love nothing more than a yellow flag as well to stay on the lead lap, but he's got a single pack of cars getting ready to chase him down. He's going to move to the outside, let them all by. Veteran move right there by McCara.
McCara did hit pit road and did take 4 tires. So that is why he's a little bit off from the rest of the group. Interesting call, taking 4 tires right there.
Would you have done that if it was you?
Yeah, you gotta wonder if his strategy is fuel stops only from here on out. And the tire's going to be able to make it that far.
I mean, he does have a little bit of right front damage, so maybe forced to maybe cut down a right side, right front tire.
There you
Had
go.
to come in.
Had to come in, work on the car anyways. Might as well take 4 tires.
Yep.
Well, some good news. At 04, Mark Mann just set the new fast lap at a 49.527. Well, he is on the charge and working his way to the front of this field. After being trapped a lap down here very early on, he's now getting with the program.
That is a very, very fast lap here. Nate Warren still showing out front though as they all battle for position back here, which will be presumably the race lead. Logan Helton still leading down low. Okay, are my eyes playing tricks on me? Does that 63 have a little bit of damage?
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of nose damage on the 63 Logan Helton. Not uncommon to have that from kind of the bumps that they are taking out there as they switch lanes or trying to shove somebody up ahead of him. But it looked like maybe got into somebody just a little bit too hard, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the car too much.
Does not. Kody Neagles with a little bit of that damage too, so this shows you how hard they are pushing each other out there around the racetrack. As we close in, just 10 laps remaining here in stage number 1. Nate Warren still out on the front of this one. Tyler Miller runs in that number 2 spot in line. He is trying to find a way around that number 9 to get back on the lead lap, just in case that yellow flag were to fly.
So Nate Warren stays out for another lap. He was last on pit road on lap 27. He took the green flag, I believe, at lap 30. He's been out there under green conditions for at least 12 laps. Those fuel tanks got just a handful more laps in them. Maybe a caution, they might, maybe if they've been saving fuel, be able to make it, but I highly doubt it. Well, lap times aren't necessarily terrible, but they're about as fast as you can get for a group this size.
These have a little bit more momentum, more energy than the pack that's running 3-4 wide. You know, in your experience, super speedways, my experience is limited in the driver's seat. Just looking at the times and definitely see where they're closing in on this group, but you would think that a group that was all single file would be a little bit more efficient. As I say that, they've gone 2x2 now.
Yeah, this 3 wide racing is still much faster than 4 or 5 cars single file. Everyone digging hard in this pack that is 3 wide that will take over the race lead when Nate Warren brings this group onto pit road. So JD Crow, John Stevens, and BK Anderson jump up into the second lane to make this a 2 wide battle. JD Crow would like to pick up a win here tonight. Of course, everyone wants to win, but JD Crow, maybe a little chip on the shoulder, is no longer in the championship hunt.
Still one of those drivers that you need to watch out for with that J Concepts. Number 2. Do you know what J Concepts is, KR?
RC race cars, bodies,
Yeah. Parts,
stuff
tires.
like
Yep. I use their tires.
Oh yeah? Do you dope up your tires?
Yes. If you're not doping your tires up in the RC game, you're pretty much behind. Unless it is not legal, then of course then you don't do it. We have rules around here, Kara, that say you can't dope at the track. So you gotta come loaded for bear.
I gotcha. We look at Nate Warren out the back of his race car at Tyler Miller. Rest of the field flashing across the start finish line. So Warren gonna have to hit pit road here before too much longer, and this time they are gonna peel off for pit lane. JD Crow stays out. John McCara also staying out. So there you go. JD Crow, Sean Stevens, Sean McCara, BK Anderson all stay out, and they're going to stretch this one as far as they can.
How long do you stay out? Would you, if it was you? Yeah,
I would have tried to come down pit road with
stage.
the big group if I'm in the race. If I'm lap down, let's say like BK Anderson, I'd definitely hit pit road at an off time. No need to get myself mixed up in a situation on pit road when I'm multiple laps down.
I hear it. Now they come down pit road this time by, so this three wide battle, it's going to be the battle for your race lead, which is being led right now by the 06 of Neagles on that bottom lane. Logan Helton, though, right there in the middle with his teammate, the number 4 of Siebrands, linked up once again here, KR, as they come across the stripe. It'll be 3 laps to go here in stage number 2.
The second stage starting to wind down, and we're seeing more of the same characters back to the front once again. Logan Helton, who won stage number 1, finding himself leading the middle lane. That's the lane he wants to be in. Rick Siebrands, Kody Neagles, Jim Mayer, Sebastian Marin, all these guys were at the front for stage number 1. Here they are once again, but this time the third lane has Daniel Holloway working towards the front. The 62 of Les Levy right there as well.
A lot of big names up here. One car out of shape, then hang on to it. That was Levy in there behind the Kisses, number 21 of Holloway. I finally saw my Christmas commercial, KR. I've been waiting for with those Hershey Kisses. One where they ring the little bells in the Christmas tune. That's one of my favorite Christmas commercials.
So 4 cars trapped 1 lap down or more. That's Peter deBorja, Eric Laurie, Tyler Miller, BK Anderson. They all find themselves not on the lead lap. deBorja and Laurie, along with Tyler Miller, all battling to be the first car 1 lap down, and they all right here, kind of in the mix of it right now.
They are. Peter deBorja just off the backside of that big pack. He's got Gabe Butler separating himself from Eric Laurie. Laurie is one of those cars 1 lap down as well. I think right now deBorja just wants to see it go another 2 laps and he would stay in that free pass as McCarra is back on the lead lap. I don't know if this pack will have enough time to catch McCarra as he's entering turn 3 right now. They're just coming off of turn number 2.
Yeah, they'll get the 1 to go this time by. Sean McCarra, I don't think they're going to be able to catch him, but we've been wrong before and often.
That's right.
Loudly.
We don't ever claim to be fully right.
It's hard.
Yeah.
All right, through the tri-oval. One more time around for stage number 2. Kody Neagles in the 06, Logan Helton in the 63 with the 21 of Daniel Holloway, all leading their respective lanes. Here they come through turns 1 and 2, down onto the backstretch. Kody Neagles in the 06, going to wait for that shove from the 95, and surges ahead just a little bit.
He does. Neagles down to the inside lane, but don't count out the Alliance Motorsports entry. They're in the middle lane. 63 of Logan Helton picked up the stage 1 win. He's got the momentum off of turn number 2. All the cars out of shape. That's going to hurt the inside lane. Here comes Reynolds to the outside. Helton has it to the tri-oval. Siebrands in second, and looks like, trouble behind him.
Big trouble behind him. Vicente Guerrero took a shot into the outside wall.
I believe Hunter Reynolds was with him as well, but Logan Helton gonna pick up that stage win unofficially, KR. That's a tough hit for Hunter Reynolds, one of our championship hopefuls.
Let's take a look at that as the yellow flag came out once again. Vicente Guerrero and Hunter Reynolds smacked the outside wall, but the 63 of Logan Helton picks up another stage win. That's 2 in a row for him here. And hard shot for the 26 and the 14.
How that wasn't bigger is beyond me. That could have been really big.
As the field catches back up to the pace car, I do believe Peter deBorja in the 40 will get the free pass.
I would concur with you, KR. So here's a question for you.
All right.
Tyler Miller was last on pit road lap 44. It's only been 6 laps. If you are him and you're trapped down a lap, I forget the rule. The rule is you have to come down pit road at the end of the stage.
No.
So would you stay out, get that wave around if you are Miller and pray for a yellow flag at the beginning of stage number 3?
That is a good one.
The answer to my question is no, as Miller's on pit road. But it was a good thought.
So Peter deBorja in the 40 to make his way around the pace car and gets himself back on the lead lap. Race off of pit road looks like it's going to be won by Richard Sanchez. And so I'm going to let you talk to Logan Helton once again, who has picked up another stage win.
All right.
Fire away.
Logan L, back up here in the turn 3 booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir, I do have a copy.
Well, you come in, you pick up stage number 1. You're going to come out, pick up stage number 2. At 63, looking pretty bad fast. You and your Alliance Motorsports teammate in there, stage number 2. Having a good start here tonight. What's it going to take to stay up front and pull this into the victory lane with that broom and another 40 laps or so?
Well, we just got to keep up what we've been doing. You know, I feel like it's just a repeat, like mirror image of stage 1. And me and Rick, and once again, the 2 chase drivers for Alliance Motorsports, just get a 1-2 right there. And that's just really cool to see how well we're working together here in the playoffs. It's a shame we didn't get more of us in the playoffs, but really glad we're coming together and just flawlessly getting together here at the end and making it pay off. So I think I'm just gonna have to stay up front, avoid them wrecks, and I think I'm in a pretty good groove right now where I can trust my gut to know where to go and get me a good run to the finish line here once we see the checker.
You talk about only having one other real bullet in the championship hunt there. Does that help to have your other teammates up there? We saw Mark Mann has now made his way inside the top 10. You have Jim Mayer. You have a bunch of your teammates that are no longer playoff eligible, but they are definitely good help to you and Rick. Is that something that you guys rely on, or is that something you guys work on during your team practices here coming into these final few races?
Well, I just know we're all so good at just getting together and helping each other when we need it. We will help another teammate before we try and take a win away from someone else, and it's just really cool to work together. And it's something that we do work on. We try different stuff to try and see what lanes are faster, and like I said in the first interview, this middle lane is just quick tonight, and I'd like to stay in this middle lane for as long as I can.
Well, you're gonna have 40 laps to get it done here when the green flag drops. Good luck here in the final stage here, trying to punch your ticket into that round of 4 here tonight. What would that mean to you?
That would mean a lot. Just to make it to the final 4 again would be great. I have a 100% record in all my seasons here in OP and making it to this round. And I think it's like a little bit below 50% record of getting into the final 4, and just to have an opportunity to win that championship means a whole lot. It would mean the world to finally get the championship this season, but I'll have to finish this race out and see what happens.
Well, we'll let you get there halfway down the backstretch. Good luck to you. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Just once again, you guys putting on the broadcast, next Esports being on the car, just Robin for the paint scheme, my friends and family for watching, and everyone at Alliance Motorsports for all the help tonight.
There you have it there, Karen. That's Logan Helton. Good luck here in the final stage. Maybe we'll talk to you at the conclusion of this one.
Thank you guys very much. There
you go, Logan getting back into game mode as they enter turns 3 and 4. Seems pretty confident, KR. And I think after picking up the first 2 stages, you have no other option of being confident.
Yeah, 63 looking very fast here tonight. Looking like he wants that 5th win on the season. I do believe that would be a record. I don't think anyone has won 5 races in a season.
I mean, that's just a feat to have. These are some of the best racetrack or super speedway drivers on the service that get invited to come race here on Monday nights from their other 2 series and get the invite here. And this is why they put on some of the best shows week in and week out right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But into the restart zone, they're back on the way. Sanchez will be the first to the accelerator. And we got 40 laps to go to settle this one here in race number 1 of the round of 8, and they are going to get it up to speed. Alliance Motorsports 1-2 in that middle lane.
So the 63, the 510 leading this field. Peter deBorja back on the lead lap. One thing I do want to point out, Al, BK Anderson last hit pit road on lap 44. He took on your strategy that you thought that maybe Tyler Miller was going to do.
He did. He was down 2 laps. I like the play call. Now he's back into that game. But you know that 32 has some speed. He was up there mixing it up with the leaders a little bit earlier on. So we know the 32 can definitely get up there. Right now, Miller hoping for a quick yellow flag and not to be involved with it, or to get up there and just do it the hard way. Here, long ways to go in this one, though. Just over 40 laps, or under 40 laps now, here to settle this one out tonight. And it is Sanchez working down low in that 510 automobile. Outside of him, that's Logan Helton. He picked up the first 2 stages. If you're just tuning in, we are in stage 3 of the final stage of the Dega 250. Here, and Logan Helton is going to take the hard left-hand turn right down in front. Get some air to the number 4 of Rick Siebrands. Siebrands having a good opening round of 8 race. And that number 4, he's got a good pusher behind him, Sebastian Marin. And Marin started off hot this season. He's been quiet, but he's right there, always lurking in that 23.
To the 23, behind the 4 of Rick Siebrands, and 14 of Vicente Guerrero. We saw him make contact with the outside wall as he and Hunter Reynolds both, that looked like they fought for the same spot. Not sure what happened there, but they both ended up hard contact to the outside wall. The 26, though, finds himself in the middle of this pack. Has a little bit of work to do to get back to the front, but I believe he's got something in store for these guys, and we might see him sneak up there and win this race.
You definitely might see that happen as they work through the tri-oval once again. Business starting to pick up. I'm seeing the moves get a little bit more aggressive, especially the guys in the back trying to get to the front, being led right now by the 21 of Holloway. He's got some fast company right there behind him, and the 26 of Reynolds. He had to take and put a backup car out. That is the backup car for Hunter Reynolds. He's trying to get to the front and maybe stay up there and maybe stay out of trouble.
'21 of Holloway into the middle lane, just ahead of his teammate. So he is now your race leader, and he drops all the way down to the bottom. Travis Elliott and the 51 now leading the 3rd lane. That 3rd lane, they've been working on it, and it really hasn't been able to pull even until now.
And they've come up with some steam. They've got 4, 5, 6 drivers working that outside lane now. And we all know how fast the 51 of Elliott is. As he works the outside lane, he's got Hunter Reynolds right there giving him a good push. Oh, one car out of shape. They hold on to it. I believe that was Miller. Everybody holding on to it as they hold court down the backstretch in the turn number 3. Holloway down low, doing a good job on the inside lane, right in front of Logan Helton. Here they come off the corner number 4. They are still all over the place. You saw drivers trying to make some moves in Canada. Outside lane, 3rd lane. Well, I was just going to say it's about to fall apart, but just like that, Sebastian Marin's going to poke to the outside. He's going to try to get to the race lead.
So the 23 up to the high side. Daniel Holloway down on that yellow stripe. That inside line really falling back. Vicente Guerrero making the move down to the inside there. Now Vicente with a shot at some clean air. We'll see what he's got.
We will see what happens now. Guerrero down low. Siebrands still running that middle lane. And you heard Logan say early on in the broadcast, that inside lane, there's some bumps down there. The cars get light, get loose. That could cause some issues here, especially as tires get worn out. I expect we're going to see full fuel runs here in stage number 3, which we expect is anywhere between 14 to 17 laps on a tank of fuel. They are still 3 wide down the back stretch, white knuckled. I'm white knuckled just standing here in the booth next to you, KR. These drivers really, really close. Look at the side draft through the corner. The outside lane, though, still not able to gain a lot of momentum up off of turn number 4.
So the 14 and the 4 side by side, the 23. Ooh, looked like the 19 was going to make a move up there. Wasn't quite clear. Good thing they didn't quite try and pull that move off.
Did not quite. Good thing. Could have been messy.
Messy, not good.
No. Sebastian Marin, another head of steam down. They get there, KR, at the end of the corner, at the end of the straightaway. But then they just seem to lose the momentum through the corner. Elliott poking the nose out, trying to get some air to that 51. They get some help over street and the 99 working the outside, the 00. Back there as well, Rob Connors. They got 5 cars up there, but not sure it's enough to hold court with those drivers down to the inside of them. Siebrands still with a nose out in front of Guerrero. Workman there behind them. We saw Workman get into trouble early on in this race. He's worked his way back towards the front. No longer a part of the championship hunt, but we know that Zach Workman would love the taste of victory lane here tonight as they all work down the backstretch. And a little bit of a checkup now in the turn number 3. Hang on to it, boys. They will.
Everyone getting through the corner is fine now.
Oh,
well, we got through the
Overstreet goes
corner.
around.
Caution flag is out. The 99 hard impact to the inside wall. Mark Mann, Dave Hunt, Tyler Miller all taking evasive action on the pit road.
Not what Tyler Miller wanted. He was in the lucky dog position, KR, and that getting involved is going to negate that.
Yeah, he is not happy about that. Not only that, but he also smacked the inside wall. So he's going to have a little bit of damage to deal with. As we look at the 99, looks like the 26 involved just a little bit as well.
Yeah, looks like he had to check up, maybe got into the back side of Elliott, and then that caused the 99 to get checked up, goes and hits the outside wall. Travis Elliott checks up, got hit by Nate Warren possibly.
The yellow flag comes out. That means we're going to step away for a break. Al needs a drink of water, and I could use one too. So y'all stay right here. We'll be right back after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are getting ready to fire them off once again. Pace car down and away. Vicente Guerrero and Logan Helton lead this field to the green flag. Into the zone they go. Green flag is out. And away we go once again as the field was slowed down just for a little bit there. And now we get back after it.
We do, and they are getting back up to the gearboxes. Only 2 drivers now off the lead lap. Eric Laurie, and the big story of tonight, KR, the 24 of Miller. You and I both had him going to be up in the mix and has found himself in trouble. Still 1 lap back in arrears. Would love to see maybe another quick yellow flag and not be involved in this one. Is BK Anderson back on the lead lap at 32.
Yeah, that's got to be discouraging for Tyler Miller to watch BK Anderson go from 2 laps down to back on the lead lap, and he has been trapped 1 lap down throughout all of it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, character building, right? You know that you're behind the 8 ball right now, but anything can happen, especially with just under 30 laps to go. And up front, Logan Helton and Vicente Guerrero battling door to door off of turn number 2. That was a small wreck that we just had. Still haven't had the big one. Not sure that we will get it here tonight. Anything is possible. If you're Tyler Miller, do you want to try to get up to the front of this thing, get it the hard way, or do you kind of lay back knowing, well, you kind of where you are, which where you are. You got to stay with Eric Laurie, right? But you can get in front of them and kind of just hold your pace. Do you want to be out of this major pack?
Well, I don't know what to do anymore.
You don't?
Not when it comes to driving.
Hey, that's why we're in the booth, right?
That is why we're in the booth.
I couldn't even figure out how to get in one of these cars. Get alone, I don't think they would let me.
Well, don't try and go through the windshield. That's all I gotta tell you.
A windshield. All right. What about the back window?
Yeah, still kind of crowded.
No. All right. Logan Helton up on the run of this one. Sebastian Marin. He has come with a good bullet here tonight. He's got Sean McCara. Sean McCara was down 1 lap during stage number 2. Got back on the lead lap the hard way. now back up there battling for a race win. Zach Workman as well. Dan Holloway, he's brought up fast Hershey Kiss here to the racetrack tonight. He's been up front, led a few laps. A lot of big name drivers coming and going throughout the field right now. We all watching this battle. Up at the front of this one, Logan Helton out front by a car length over the 23 of Sebastian Marin. Sante Guerrero looked like for a moment he wanted to get to the outside middle lane, but kind of blocked there by Sebastian Marin.
Logan Helton, who won stage 1 and 2, looking to sweep this race. There's some other drivers out here that want to do everything they can to put a stop to that. The 12 is Zach Fritsch. He has been one of these drivers who's kind of been mid-pack. Not really been able to get to the front, but right now, looks like he might have a plan to get there.
Yeah, remember, he got turned in stage number 1 coming to the checkered flag, KR. And it's taken a little bit of time for that team to rebound, as Nate Warren had to move to the outside, had to check up, saw that car brake sideways, stop for a moment. We were going to have another moment up off of turn number 4. Not quite there yet as they all work down here through the tri-oval. Peter deBorja hasn't really rebounded much after his incident either. He's mirrored back in that 19th position. They are trying to wreck right in front of Tyler Miller. They are all but wrecked right there for a moment. As Elliott got way out of shape behind Nate Warren. He has lost a few spots, but everybody will fight to live another day. Isn't that how the saying goes?
I think so.
All right. Well, we'll go with it.
All right, the 63 and the 23, familiar sight as they have been battling 2 wide, 3 wide all night long. These two have been going at it. The 14 and the 71, the second row of cars there. Rick Siebrands in the Ford Championship contender. Oh, Daniel Holloway, Zach Fritsch, they go around. Caution flag is out. Trouble once again. And Daniel Holloway went for a spin, and it looked like Zach Fritsch got collected in it as well. And that 12 has some big time damage on it.
It does. And KR, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like Tyler Miller got touched during that one, so that will negate unless the series officials give him the wave around. You know, iRacing does that, but what happened there? Let's take a look.
Looking on board, and man, the 24 did just get a piece of that. Gets up into the wall as well. It looked like the 21 and the 12 make contact, and that is what's going to send the 12 spinning. Another big time damage for the 12. I don't know how many more of these he can survive.
I'm not sure. He's going to have to be down on pit road for some time, I do believe. I believe that is the backup car that he is in. Not sure what happened to Holloway. Maybe a right front tire going down the way he shot up the racetrack. A lot of damage here on these race cars.
On to pit road, just a little bit outside the pit window, Al. We're gonna have 20 laps to go.
I like this.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
It's gonna be close. Maybe come back in, top off. Still gonna be close, but he could take in, do the 10 and 10. You know, come in, split it 10 laps. be good to go. That gives you your insurance in case of a green, white, checkered. But I believe that was the big one that we just got. Eric Laurie did receive the free pass, so that John Deere 071 back on to the lead lap. And how gutted are you if you're Tyler Miller? You have a fast car, you've been to the front, you can run with the race leaders, and every time the yellow flag comes out, you just happen to get into something.
Man, I'll tell you what, he's got to be frustrated because he has been working so hard to get back on the lead lap, and once again he was up there minding his own business, thought he had it cleared, and just a little bit of contact, and that's going to seal the deal on him making it as the free pass with that contact there. And yeah, he's still stuck a lap down.
Lap down, last car on the track. It looks like Sanchez and Elliott have both taken their respected automobiles behind pit road here tonight. Dave Hunt sits on pit road getting some damage fixed, along with Zach Fritsch and Hunter Reynolds. So 2 out of the 8 drivers in trouble in this last incident, and that's going to give Reynolds is rolling again. But Tyler Miller going to be able to work over some of these drivers, I think, KR, that were involved in there, to gain some spots. And it might not seem like a lot, but those positions and points might be the difference come next week if he doesn't happen to make something happen here tonight. Only 20 laps to go, though.
Yeah, we're going to have 18 laps to go, and I think you're going to see everybody, or 18 laps to go when the green flag comes out. I think you're going to see everybody hit pit road, and they might try and conserve fuel, but I don't think we've seen our last caution.
You don't think so?
I don't think we've seen our last caution. John McCarron and David Overstreet stay out. They do not come down pit road.
That is a tough break for Tyler Miller. He was hoping everybody else was going to come down. He sped right up there thinking he was going to be able to get past them, get back on the lead lap, and, well, McCarra and Overstreet say, nope, sorry. You do not get the pass go. You do not collect your $200.
OP Racing setting the stage for its Championship 4 in this Premier Series. Eric Laurie won the Grand National Series a couple weeks ago. The trucks on Saturday night getting ready to crown their champion. That will be over on Max Speed TV with Josh Medlock. Make sure you get in on that one because that is going to be a barn burner for sure.
But don't burn the barn down.
Well, I have to.
You don't have to. That's.
No, it's.
Are you going to collect the insurance money?
Al, no, I can't. You said it out loud.
Well, I was trying to save you a structure, you know.
There's nothing in that barn, anyways.
Yeah, no, that's not where the race car is.
Not that barn.
Okay. All right. Well, then go have at it. Have a big bonfire.
Yay! I like fire. So Sean McCarra in the 71 did not come down on the last lap to top off the fuel tank. Everyone else did. And I would say that with maybe just a little bit of saving, everyone should be able to make it here on fuel. The only two I'd worry about is Sean McCarra and David Overstreet. Now, Tyler Miller, by virtue of not coming down pit road, is going to get the start up front here, and that might be the break he needs because, well, a lot less cars that he has to drive through when the yellow flag comes out.
I was just about to say that. As green flag is back out, McCarra jumps on the gas pedal. Here comes the 99 of Overstreet. Those are your top two. Logan Helton working to the inside lane as well. He's got Vicente Guerrero. Everybody's starting single file behind there as they all came down pit road and what I'm assuming was a closed pit situation. They all come out single file, but they are already 3 wide back here. Tyler Miller's screaming, come on, yellow.
Yeah, he could use a good yellow right about now.
He might get it. Somehow they made it a lap. Sebastian Marin a little bit off the pace here. Not sure what happened to the 23. Did not think he was involved in that. But that 23 seems to be off the pace currently as he works down in the turns 1 and 2, and he is dropping to the back. Maybe not liking what he's seeing, KR? Wants to save it.
I don't know. It's kind of a weird play. You got Sebastian Marin, Hunter Reynolds, Zach Fritsch. They're all back here at the back, all championship contenders. You know, Fritsch, heavy damage, so that's why he's at the back. But you're looking down the running order. These guys have fallen behind here. And 17 laps to go, not where you want to be.
No, definitely not. I mean, Hunter Reynolds has some heavy damage from that wreck. We know Zach Fritsch's stories, and then Tyler Miller down 1 lap into the field. Even though he works the outside lane, he's going to try to get back on the lead lap the hard way. He is leading that middle lane. He's got the 62 of Les Levy right there. Maybe give him a good push to get by. No, Levy's going to say, sorry, going to go to the outside here, go after the race lead myself. But there is a hole for Miller to get down if he gets there. You know, that hole is plugged up quicker than, well, the Titanic. That was not plugged, was it, Karen?
The Titanic ran into a few issues.
It did.
Just a few.
Oh, Lord. They just needed some duct tape.
Okay. Yeah.
Levy out. I don't know about that, but they could have maybe got a little bit further. Hey, did you know that the swimming pool is still full?
Yes.
All right. Miller being very aggressive up at the front of this one as we watch him work the backside of Les Levy. Here comes Helton down to the inside. He's won your first 2 stages of the night. How about BK Anderson? Down 2 laps at the end of stage number 2. Gets the free pass. And now inside the top 5 for the first time tonight for, well, that blacked out number 32.
Well, I mean, for sure had a heck of a fight on his hands and got up back onto the lead lap, and much to Tyler Miller's dismay. And now Tyler Miller has himself out in front in the outside lane as Les Levy in the 62, looking like he's going to try and win this race. Maybe all those long times out on the racetrack when everyone else came down pit road are finally paying off. These guys are out in front. They were playing the long game the whole time.
That they were. I mean, it's what makes Monday night what Monday night is. You know, you got the different strategies and the teams working together and the drivers working with them. It's all a high-speed chess game we are watching right now. Anderson going to work to the backside of the 24 of Miller. Miller, for the first time since early on in this one, is on the lead lap as he leads the field. He's the Piper right now. Up at the front of this one, he drops down, kind of running both lanes, trying to stay out front. If a yellow flag were to come out,
he is bound and determined to get back on the lead lap. BK Anderson, though, put him back 1 lap down as Anderson takes over the top spot.
He's going to lead a lap. That is outstanding. I think that the butt kicker award of the race has to go to the BK Anderson team. Down 2 laps, KR to come back and lead a lap. If you would have asked me if that was possible, I would have told you no.
Right? That is quite the job he has done here tonight. As Tyler Miller in the 24 pushing on him. Zach Fritsch in the 12. Staying down out of the way. You might be wondering, what is Zach Fritsch doing? Well, he's going to try and run for as long as he can because you still never know what's going to happen. Someone's race could end. He could end up staying somehow in this championship race with only minimal point loss.
You never know. You can't give up. Someone might still wreck out. Still plenty of laps left to go in this one. A lot of new players up at the front of this one. Kody Neagles back to the front. BK Anderson, Dan Holloway there. Nate Warren in that number 9. And how about English there in that 44? He has cracked the top 5 for the Buck Wild Racing number 44 entry.
That he has, and he's had an adventure of a race here tonight as well. For the 44, in behind the 06 of Kody Neagles, Logan Helton, who swept the first 2 stages, now finds himself kind of 4th car outside lane. Maybe he's just biding his time, waiting for the right opportunity.
I still think we have to come down pit road. I think we're gonna have at least one more stop, KR. I think sooner than later too. Or do you think they're good?
As long as we don't have yellow, I think everyone's gonna be good. Because most of them came down topped off on lap 18. Lap 19 with the green flag coming out on lap 18. So
be close.
You could for sure make it. Like I said, just have to save a little bit of fuel early on. You'll probably be all right. The Tyler Miller in the 24, holding on to being last car on the lead lap. Kody Neagles in the 06. Your race leader, championship contender. And then here's where it gets weird. The next championship contender is Logan Helton, who is 4th car in the outside lane. Rick Siebrands has fallen to the mid-pack. So too has Peter deBorja. And then Sebastian Marin, Hunter Reynolds, Tyler Miller, Zach Fritsch. They're well down the running order. Zach Fritsch on pit road and has been for the last few minutes. He hit pit lane and looks like maybe he doesn't plan on coming back out. The damage too extensive on that race car.
It might have not met minimum speed here for the OP Premier Series. They continue out there, but Miller trying to do everything he can to stay out in front of the pack. That is not your race leader. The battle for the race lead is behind him between the 21 and the 06. And right now, everybody trying to do their couple nice rebounds, as we alluded to, the 32 of BK Anderson down there. And how about, here comes Marin and J.D. Crow, that 3rd lane, and they are shot out of a cannon off of turn number 4. This time, by at least 7 laps ago, deBorja is going to slide up there. Here comes Helton, the middle of the pack, starting to get it dicey. They're getting antsy with 7 to go.
They cross the start-finish line. 7 laps to go, 3 wide racing. Logan Helton in the 63 wasted no time using that 3rd lane to go from, oh, he's got some work to do, to, oh, look out, he's your race leader.
They are going to be 3 abreast down the back stretch. Neagles poking the nose out front, but Helton, he picked up stage number 1. Then he picked up stage number 2. He would love to do a clean sweep here tonight at Talladega. And no, he is racing for a championship in 2 weeks' times. Who will come off the corner? Number 4 this time. It will be Neagles with the nose out front, but Helton, the momentum on the outside. Everybody's starting to get antsy. The side drafts, the pushing, getting harder. 6 laps to go.
As they cross the start-finish line once again, you can feel the intensity ratcheting up each time around. Kody Neagles, Logan Helton, and Tyler Miller in the mix of this. Miller needs a shot at a caution here, but he cannot be the caution. Oh my gosh, how's this going to play out as the inside line starts to fall back a little bit? 06 pulls ahead. 3 wide. We heard from Kevin in YouTube chat that third lane having to work too hard due to the track temps. And we also heard from Logan Helton that he likes that middle lane. And right now he finds himself up in the top shelf. Is he going to be able to get clear of the 06 and maybe try and drop down in front of him? 5 laps to go, Al.
Yeah, 5 to go, and Sebastian Marin right in the play of this one as well. Him and JD Crow really started the charge on that outside lane, and then everybody saw the momentum that they had, and they jumped up, and now we have 3 equal lanes of action as they work down the backstretch. Neagles still your race leader. Anthony English nowhere to go there in spot number 2. Now you can see the momentum on the outside lane. They get there at the end of the straightaway, which with how Talladega is not a bad place to be, especially through the tri-oval. The start-finish line just past the tri-oval, so a little bit extra real estate to get there. One car coming down pit road. That looks like to be the 53 of Dave Hunt. He is peeled off. We stay clean and green, and they got slower traffic right in front of them. It looks like Hunter Reynolds in the 26 is going to be coming up on here, so maybe, just maybe, something will happen here when they get the lap traffic. Hunter Reynolds, still a gentleman, should probably get out of the way if able to when this pack gets to him.
Yeah, he's going to drop down to the inside here as the field coming to swallow him up. Gives him plenty of room as he stays well below the yellow line. Gonna have 3 laps to go this time, Al.
Yeah, there's gonna be 3 to go here. Something is gonna have to give. They are still 3 wide, side drafting, swapping paint. Across the stripe they go. Kody Neagles led the lap, I believe. That was close there. It was close between him and Helton. That outside lane, we saw it time and time again early on in this race. You did not want to be in that third lane. Well, right now, they got some of the fastest cars on the speedway up there working it, and Helton being pushed to your race lead. If he clears Neagles, does he drop out of that third lane?
He does, and Kody Neagles drops down to the inside. Oh, man, here we go. Gonna get 2 laps to go, but Al, I still think they're not going to get to the end of this race without a caution, but they are getting closer and closer to getting it done one way or another.
Yeah, this time by the Rabbit Ears will be up 2 laps to go for Kody Neagles. JD Crow coming to play. Spoiler says, I might have been knocked out of the playoffs, but I'm still hungry for a win this season. And he would like to do so. Everybody moving up the racetrack. Neagles got shoved up the racetrack. They get turned sideways off of turn number 4. Yellow flag is out. And that is a game changer. Tyler Miller should be on the lead lap, I do believe. And
Logan Helton into the wall. Caution flag flies. Zach Workman, Rick Siebrands all getting a piece of it. And yeah, I don't know if Tyler Miller was in front of JD Crow or not.
There was contact between Neagles and the 63 of Helton. It all depends when the yellow flag came out. But there was big Rick Siebrands down there as well, like you said.
And I do believe Tyler Miller is going to be out in front of the 2 of JD Crow when that caution flag came out.
And timing and scoring still shows him down 1 lap. And he is dropping through the field car, so not sure what is going on with the 24? Is he out of gas? The car does not seem to be running.
Yeah, the 24 in trouble. He almost got to where he needed to. Tough break. He finally had his shot to be on the lead lap, and he is out of fuel.
Tough break. A bad night, just continually getting worse.
Everyone else coming down pit road as well. So there you go. We had our answer. Everyone could have made it, but they were all on fumes.
The question is, do you come down just fuel only, or do you take
Oh yeah,
tires?
you gotta do fuel only, splash fuel. You don't want to give up any time here. Take just enough fuel to cover one more attempt at a green, white, checkered, and then you move on.
Kody Crow gonna come off pit road first. Anthony English, Sebastian Marin will be how they come off pit road. But how about this? The 53 of Dave Hunt, your race leader. And he came down well before that yellow flag even happened. So Dave Hunt in the 53 up on the point. I don't know what happened.
Dave Hunt came down on lap 90 to top off his tank. He knew he wasn't going to make it, so he came down under green flag, and that was about the time everyone started crashing.
So a good call for the 53, flying pretty high.
Oh, well, so Tyler Miller just could not catch a break here tonight.
He did make it back to pit road. Not sure if he had the tow or not.
He did have to take that long, slow ride to his pit stall.
Finally got into a position. Had been cutting it close. The last time he was on pit road was well before the other drivers. Your heart just feels for him, doesn't it?
Just a little bit. I do appreciate a driver who never gives up, and you'd like to see that be rewarded, but man, just not his night tonight. But he's got one more race to really get it done. It'll probably end up in a must-win situation. Logan Helton in the 63 right now finds himself in 19th spot, but he won both stages in this race, and those stage wins count for quite a bit of points. So he's not looking too bad, and he's still going to have a shot at getting to the front of this field. He is going to be a man on a move, though. I'd be watching for the 63 in my mirror and try and catch that train ride to the front.
Yeah, lights are out. Green, white, checkered attempt coming at you. One of two attempts that we'll have here tonight, if needed. Right now, Sebastian Marin, your highest running championship eligible driver currently, rides in that 4th position. Pilot Peter deBorja got involved in that wreck, went up and over, had the tow, was down a lap, got back out onto the racetrack, has had a quiet night since, now finds himself in that 8th or 7th position. Kody Neagles was involved in that last wreck. They've had to pull out the backup car. He's still inside the top 10. Who's it going to be, KR?
I think JD Crow.
JD Crow.
I think so, because he wants to prove that he could have ran for the championship if he hadn't been eliminated.
Does he have sauced up tires? That's the question.
Yes.
We're going to find out here. Pace car going to the safe haven of pit road. Dave Hunt controls the field through the tri-oval. A lot of hungry people out there, a lot of different agendas. Into the Geico restart zone, and we are back underway. And Dave Hunt with a giant launch. That's going to hurt him. Sebastian Marin right to the back bumper. JD Crow, they're going to push each other down here into turn number 1. Here they come, about the speed. Logan Helton trying to make some moves in the back. He is 2-3 wide back there. How far up will they go? The inside lane getting blocked down low. Has some heavy bumper tag. Everybody chasing the 2 at JD Crow in the turn number 3.
JD Crow down on the bottom with the 23 of Sebastian Marin right there with him. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 coming to mix things up. We've hardly talked about him this entire race. Here he is now on the front stretch to take the white flag inside the top 5.
To the tri-oval, if they get to the line, the next flag will end the race. They get there. Sebastian Marin leads the way as Sean McCarron gives him a good push. Reynolds down below the yellow line as he gets squeezed down there.
Trouble. Nate Warren towards the back. He's crossed up. They're into the wall. Rob Connors makes contact. Hunter Reynolds trying to get through. He can't get through as he collects Les Levy. So Hunter Reynolds big time damage, but at the front it is the 06 of Kody Neagles as they come out of nowhere, and now Vicente Guerrero gets shot down to the inside.
And don't look now, Logan Helton working the outside with Zach Workman. Marin to the middle now. That pushes Logan Helton to the outside. Can he get it done in the backup car?
Inside lane falls apart. Here he comes.
Do the tri-oval. They're still wrecking behind him. Logan Helton's going to sweep Dega. Have you ever... I did not think Logan was going to get there.
Oh, I wasn't too worried about him. I said I'd catch that train to the front.
Hey, you did say that. Wow.
A lot of torn up race cars there on the last lap. As always, this race will be under review, but it looked like a clean one for the 63 of Logan Helton as he picks up the race win. And let's jump on board Logan Helton as he takes the white flag. We got to scroll up here just a little bit and cue this up. On aboard the 63 for the final lap as he takes the white flag. In behind the 40 of Peter deBorja. 17 gets in trouble as he gets down below the line at speed. Logan Helton stays on the high side. Gets a good shove to the 14. The 14 goes down to the inside. The 23 and the 14 get hooked up. Logan Helton just kept it to the outside lane. Held his own. Off of turn number 4, the inside lane falls apart. And Logan Helton just keeps chugging right along to pick up this race win.
It could have been a big moment on the opening lap, though, KR. As Jim Mayer and the 27 of Siebrands made contact, that kind of opened the part there. That's what got him to the outside lane. But what great driving.
All right, Al, you've talked to him all night long, so why ruin the streak?
All right. We are down here in butt kicker victory lane with Logan Helton. And Logan, KR says I'm your lucky charm. We talked to you all night long. Man, I didn't write you off, but I didn't think it was in your cards after that last wreck. But you come out here, talk us to that last restart, the green-white checkered attempt, and how the heck did you get to the front?
I do not remember the last lap. If you want me to talk you through it, I'm gonna have to leave the car real quick. So I'll tell you what I remember first.
Fine with us. Oh man.
Was the restart. I got blocked a couple times by David Overstreet. Got put in a bad spot. I'm not quite sure what was going on there, but we got around him. We got to the outside lane as soon as possible, and then last lap turned to huge run down the backstretch for everybody, and then they all started fighting for it on my inside, and I had one of the greatest pushes I've ever had from Zach Workman. This is all thanks to him. I wouldn't have won that race if Zach Workman didn't push me, and he pushed the heck out of me, and that is just all thanks to him, and I am pumped for this win. We're in the Final Four. That's 5 wins on the season, and it was a sweep tonight. First stage, second stage, and the race win. I am so excited.
I'm pretty sure that is an OP record for most wins in a single season. So a lot of big moments here tonight for you this season. What's it mean not only to have that record, but also to know that you're going to be racing for that championship? We know that you came out here, you did what you needed to do in the first 2 stages. You had the points just in case something went haywire. You had those points to fall back onto, but getting back to the front here and getting the help from your fellow competitors and just getting back to the front. What's it mean to punch that ticket, knowing that next week you don't really have to run as hard? You can kind of help your teammates get up to the front if needed. What's it all mean as you sit there and take it all in right now?
Well, it means a lot because that means I get to help Rick out all next week. I get to help Rick, help him get the points he needs. So we're going to be racing at Bumpy Daytona. It's going to be a mess, and track position is going to be key. So we're going to have to work together as a team just like we did tonight. Get Rick some stage points and maybe even the race win, because we want both of us in this Final Four, because we want Alliance to get 3 championships in a row, and that would just be awesome if we could do that.
Well, it's looking pretty good. You're looking pretty stout out there on the field. Alliance Motorsports as a whole, along with yourself in the 63. Who makes it all possible to get you into victory lane here tonight and do that clean sweep, as you got the broom in hand? And I think you'll be holding on to that one for a while here tonight, as this one really, really means a lot to you.
Yeah, you probably heard me say this so many times tonight, and it's just like it's going off a record or something. But just once again, thanks to you guys at Turn 3 Race Network for broadcasting this OP series. It's super cool that you guys do it, and awesome commentating as always. Got to thank everyone at Alliance Motorsports, Rick, Jim, Mark, and Daniel for their help all night long. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have even thought about sweeping tonight's race. I got to thank Zach Workman once again for the amazing push there at the end. It was just insane. I thought I was going to wreck about 3 times there on that last lap, but we were able to hold on to it, and Zach Workman didn't give up on me. And I've got to thank Next C Sports for being on the card, just around for the paint scheme. And tonight we had pizza. Tonight we had pizza and Powerade. That's what we had tonight. And I think I'm going to have to do pizza and Powerade from now on Monday nights, because I swept a race before, and I can't remember if this is my 2nd time or 3rd time on Mondays, but nonetheless, I'm super excited.
Well, don't change a thing for the next 2 weeks here. Congratulations, Logan. Go celebrate this one, take it in, and we'll talk to you in 1 week's time, if not sooner. Congratulations again for your 5th win this season in the OP Premier Series.
Thank you guys very much.
There you hear it, KR out of butt kicker victory lane. Logan Helton picking up the win. And I believe you caught up with the driver, well, who made that all happen. Helped him get to the win, Zach Workman.
I have caught up with our 2nd place driver, and that is none other than the 19 of Zach Workman. Zach, nice job out there tonight. You bring it home in 2nd place in what was a wild last lap.
Yeah, truthfully, I don't know how the hell we got 2nd. We were just following Logan there. I knew he had a clean car. We both were in that big wreck, had to use fast repairs, and we were back in 19th, 20th, back there in the restart. And I just followed him because I know he knows how to get to the front, and somehow found myself second.
Well, there you go, man. You bring it home in second place at this Talladega track with some hocus pocus and magic, if you will.
A lot more than magic. It was stars aligned right there.
Well, man, you know, this 19 Instacart, we saw it earlier in the race get shot up the racetrack, smack the outside wall, so put you on the back foot right away. But man, tell us how you battled back throughout the rest of this race.
Well, yeah, after that 17 foot of net code, we just kind of riding around. The damage wasn't too bad. We could actually keep up with the pack. We had 50 seconds. My left front was like into my driver's helmet, so I don't know how it was only 50 seconds, but that's iRacing. They hammered it down, put some tape on it, and we were fine. Just kind of rolling around. But yeah, we just kept up with the pack. We're just worried about Peter. He was a lap down. He's the only one of us that really mean anything for trying to get to the championship 4. So we're worried about him. He finally got his lap back, and yeah, we're just riding there. I mean, big pack, everyone died, so we weren't alone, and fixed her up, and me and Gabe went to the high side. Logan came up, Peter came up for a second, but his car was too damaged, so we're like, go to the middle, Peter, you suck. And then we just had that huge run on the outside. I was shoving the hell out of Logan. I don't know how he held on to it. He was either wrecking or he was going to win, but I'm glad he got it. P2 will take it after, you know, just getting first rounded kind of sucks, but hey, we'll take a P2.
Well, nice job. And your teammate Peter deBorja, even though he sucked, he still brought it home in 5th place.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell that guy brought it. If he can bring home P5, anyone can in this league, especially him, Jeeves. But
jeez.
No, he did a great job tonight, battling through adversity, trying to get his lap back, and glad he could get a good finish there. He's right on that cut line, it seems like. So we'll see what we can do next week for him.
All right, man. Well, any other shout outs, thank yous you need to give?
Got to shout out my team, Meteor Racing, great group of guys. Gabe, Eric, I know Dan somewhere. He's probably working, doing like grown people stuff, but he's rooting for us on the couch. But special group of guys. It's always fun to race with them every Monday. And got to thank my mom and dad for always watching. They always watch these things, and glad I could finally bring home a good finish. Thank you guys in the broadcast booth, and thank my girlfriend. She's let me do this, but truthfully, she's working 3rd shift right now because she got called in, so I can celebrate all I want. So screw her too.
All right. Well, nice job, Zach. Once again, congratulations on a 2nd place finish here tonight.
Thank you, guys.
There you have it, Zach Workman, 2nd step of the podium. But now it's time to give it over to the man who's been in charge of all the interviews here tonight, because he's done such an outstanding job. And that is Al Smith, who's caught up with our 3rd place driver.
Yeah, sitting down here on pit road with Sebastian Marin. And Sebastian, kind of a quiet night. I feel like we didn't really talk much about you. You come home in P number 3. Talk us through what ended up being a wild race here at Talladega.
Yeah, just race went, to be honest, pretty well. Obviously would have liked a bit more stage points, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Just kind of didn't position myself right for the stages at the end, so kind of got blocked in and ended up getting 5th or 4th in points on both stages, which isn't bad, but I would have liked to obviously try and win the stage. And then there at the end was just saving fuel until we could all make it. And I started going to the outside. Then that late yellow came out. Nobody could make it on fuel. Then pitted and just got myself to the front. But that last lap was anything but ordinary. It was wild, and to come out in 3rd place, I think is a win. There was a lot of carnage behind me, so I'm just glad I didn't get cut up. So in the end, it was a great points day, so I can't be too upset. So hopefully I should be relatively safe to make it in the Final Four now.
Yeah, talking about that, headed into Daytona next week. You got the bumpy Daytona, as I like to call it. We all know what the kind of racing that we're going to see down there for Daytona. So does that help knowing that you banked some points here tonight? You're pretty quick down at Daytona. But just to know that you have some of those points that maybe if you need to fall back on some, you have a little bit of a cushion. Not a ton of a cushion, but a little bit of a cushion there to fall back on.
Yeah, it definitely helps knowing that, like you said, that I have a little bit of a cushion. Like you said, bumpy Tona is kind of a wild card. Your day could be over before stage one, or you can come out the victor. So to be honest, just depending how quali goes will determine how I'll race throughout the day. Obviously, I won stage points, so if I could get just a few, I'll take them. But I don't want to take any excessive risk and get myself involved in a wreck that I don't need to be in. So yeah, just maybe try to play a little conservative next week.
Well, it was anything but here tonight for you, coming home in that third spot. Heck of a run for you. Who made it all possible to make it behind the scenes to get you into this podium finish here tonight?
Of course, my teammates over at Fuel Sim Racing, which is Hunter, Jimmy, and other teammates that weren't here tonight. I'll give a shout out to you guys for putting on this broadcast. Me and my friends tend to always rewatch the race back. We have a lot of fun just rewatching the action from a different point of view. And I'll give a shout out to OP for putting on this league. And yeah, hopefully we can lock ourselves into the Final Four and close it out this year.
Well, good luck with that. We'll be watching in 1 week's time, Sebastian. And until then, well, keep it wheels down, and we'll see it in action 1 week's time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.
That's Sebastian Marin, KR, that comes home in the third position here tonight, but second best of all the championship hopefuls.
Yeah, that's going to be huge for him getting up into that final step of the podium. So let's go ahead and go through the rest of our results here tonight. Logan Helton, Zach Workman, Sebastian Marin, your top three. Then it was Kody Neagles and Peter deBorja. So a very championship contender heavy top five.
Finishing sixth was Gabe Butler. Dave Hunt come home seventh. Eighth spot will go to Sean McCarron, Jim Mayer, and Jimmy Reynolds will round out your top 10 in car number 17.
David Overstreet, Mark Mann, BK Anderson, Eric Laurie, and Hunter Reynolds in 15th spot.
16th will go to Vicente Guerrero. Jeremy Funk comes home 17th. Rob Connors 18th. Les Levy and Nate Warren rounding out your top 20.
John Stevens in 21st. 22nd goes to Daniel Holloway, Anthony English 23rd. 24th, JD Crow and Tyler Miller in 25th spot, 2 laps down.
26th will go to Rick Siebrands after what was a great start to this night. Ends up pretty not where he wanted to be. 26th. 27th will go to Zach Fritsch, Richard Sanchez, and Travis Elliott will round out your 29 car field, which at the end had a high attrition rate, KR, but what was an exciting race here at Talladega. Well, Talladega, tuck it in, put it to sleep. We are no longer going to be coming up here for the remainder of the season. We are making a homestand at Daytona for the next 2 weeks.
Yes, sir. We'll be at the bumpy Daytona next week and round it out at the nice, pretty smooth Daytona. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Al, thank you for joining me in the booth. Go get some of that sleep you need as a new dad. And, man, I'll let you sign us off one more time.
Yeah, and thanks to everyone behind the scenes for KR in the production booth. My name is Al Smith. It's been a pleasure to bring you tonight's racing action of the OP Premier Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you already don't. Hit that thumbs up. Let these drivers know you appreciate their efforts here tonight. But until next Monday night, we will see you in Turn 3.